And back with the final episode for case 6-4 of Spirit of Justice. We've cornered Geiru Toneido, and she's pissed. And she's not happy that we've indicted her on the murder of her father. Oh dear. She's not happy at all. She's got a keyblade made out of balloons. That's not good. Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were snoring up a storm. I saw the note that Shisho left, so I left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know. Perfume Owen smelled must have been left over from when I visited. So Geiru's saying she went into the dressing room but left right away? Don't take her at her word. Come on, do you really think I would? Just trying to figure out how to get her to talk. Now then, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Okay, press third statement. It's even got balloon noises. Where did you find out about your Where did you find the master's note? I don't know. Can't remember. Did you notice anything else unusual or out of place in the room? Well, there was the sake and a half-eaten manju on the table, and I didn't see anything else out of place in the room. Oh, is that a fact? Of course it is. What do you think? And you didn't change anything around while you were in there. I didn't do anything! I'm telling you! I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in the room! Your boldness. I request Geiru's last statement be added to a testimony. Simon! What's a statement like that gonna do? Just play along and you'll see soon enough. Ugh. I have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sykes? I've got no problem, Your Honor. What is he thinking? Triangle to present, not R1. Geiru, you said you didn't notice anything odd or unusual about your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right! What about it? And I wonder who left the dying message with the Karuta cards. What are you going on about? It had to have been Bucky! Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people know of Uendo's personality. Uendo, your master, and you! If Bucky had left that Karuta message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Uendo. What it boils down to is this. As a member of the Toneido school, you, Geiru Toneido, are the only one who could have left that dying message. And as the person who left the message, it's clear that you are Master Toneido's killer. Will you ever quit your yapping? Objection! You are like wretches clinging to the spider's thread of salvation. Allow me to cut the holy thread from your heavens and bring you back down to earth. Would you quit butting in whenever things start going my way? Silence, child. Playtime is over. What did you just say? As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Geiru to leave at once. Would you please relate the said reason to the court? There was a reason why she had to leave the dressing room? Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. keep your eyes peeled, because here it comes. Ugh. Your hand is all swollen and red. What happened? You must know I'm allergic to buckwheat. What? Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side, with Toneido making soba noodles in its dressing. Geiru is lucky to still be alive, considering all the soba flour whirling and swirling in the air. Good thing I left pretty quickly. Managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shisho as he was being carried away, and look what it did to my poor hands! Must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I'd inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure, and it would have been good night, Geiru. I never could have stayed in the dressing room for very long. A person allergic to buckwheat couldn't be in a room with soba flour in the air. And certainly couldn't use soba dough as a murder weapon either. This isn't good. You knew it would come to this, didn't you? And that's why you never mentioned her allergy. As I would do anything, as if I would do anything so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of this witness. Aha! I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all out in the open, yeah? Bonk, bonk. Ugh. Press every statement. Okay. If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room could have literally killed me. Look at my hand! Just touching his body caused this much damage. There must have been soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed the murder in the dressing room. I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Did you know? Does it look like I knew? Urgh! Protect the privacy of my witness, my foot. What a dirty trick. Now what do we do? There's only one thing to do. Put Prosecutor Satin Monk to shame with your cross-examination. Right. No matter what, no matter how small, find an opening and break your testimony down. You're not lying about this allergy of yours, right? Of course not! I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven. I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want. Seems to be telling the truth. I've had this allergy as long as I can remember. I never dreamt in a million years it'd clear me of murder. And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flour to boot. Well said, Your Honor.
Hold it!
I'll give you that there was quite a bit of flour scattered about the dressing room. But you went in to pay your respect to your master regardless, right? Right, I think it was master instead of father. I got that wrong. Let me just check. Because I'm pretty sure. 2 disciples, yeah, 55. Her master senior disciple. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. Okay. I was like, I misspoke. Yeah, but like I said, it came right back out. I mean, that soba-making tool, those soba-making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. But you still could have committed the crime if you'd held your breath. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. I guess you're right. Get a grip, will ya? Look at my hand. Ugh.
Hold it!
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Maybe there's a twist here, like you're actually allergic to dogs? You kidding? Bring my little Jugemu in here. I'll hug him and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you, I have a genuine, honest-to-goodness soba allergy. Defense. The witness clearly has an authentic allergy. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless. You heard the man, lawyer girl. All right, fine. I was just starting to think the same thing myself. Doesn't mean I have to like it, though. I probably got this allergic reaction on my hand because I touched Shisho.
Hold it!
And yes, I am supposed to press every statement. I've got a question about that, actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth, too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve in the broth, so duh. Touching soba broth can be just as deadly for me. Don't you know anything? You're an amateur! Also, I'm trying to kind of deaden the accent she's going for. Do I look like a doctor to you? Look. Anything that's got soba in it, or anything that's touched soba is like poison to me.
Hold it!
So I just want to cover all my bases, but could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room? This is out of the question. This is probably like the 30th piece of bees I've broken by even asking you show your complete disregard for all we've discussed. I have to agree. The defense can't going around suggesting new premises without basis. Unfortunately for you, Shisho didn't take a single step out of that dressing room around the time of the murder. That is unfortunate for everyone. Geiru could not have possibly committed the murder in a room where the soba was being made. Finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin. Ugh. What would Mr. Wright do at a time like this? He'd use the brain train, but we're not there yet. Wolfkits, there's only one thing to do. What are you smiling about? As the pressure overwhelmed you? Nope. It's just the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I see. You have no rebuttal, so the only thing left to you is to smile. Oh. That's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal. Turn your thinking around. Don't try to figure out how Geiru could have committed the crime. Figure out how Geiru could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead. Oh, mon Dieu! What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? It's the case I might be able to prove that Geiru could have committed the crime. Yeah, words. No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts. Well, Miss Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll hand down my ruling. True, I can't overturn facts, but what if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong? Got our facts wrong? What are you talking about? And what piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Sykes? Point it out to this court.
Take that!
It's Master Toneido's note. The note? Preposterous. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note? The answer lies in the true meaning of this note. The true meaning? This note does not mean I am resting, please do not disturb, like we assumed. But rather it actually means this dough is resting. What? Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. You're right, it doesn't. After all, he's told us many times you don't let soba dough... What? What has all this got to do with anything? That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is it, the home stretch. What would have led to the conclusion he was making udon noodles? Really? That's what we're doing here? The victim Typhoon Toneido was not making buckwheat. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead. That layer of flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, but plain old wheat flour. So actually, it was totally possible for Geiru to be in that room. Oh, I'm eating balloons. Oh, it's plastic. And rubber. Whatever balloons are made of. And if that's true, it changes everything. The defense requests the flour in the room to be tested immediately. Would you stop breaking your beads? But soba noodles were found in the bowl, and Geiru did have a reaction. How do you explain those things? Well, even were it flour instead of soba, you still can't prove Geiru committed the crime. But don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward or you'll feel my bleed at your back. Enough with the threats already, I got it. Talk about pressure. Alright, let's take a deep breath and go everything all over again. Brain train! Okay, so I'm gonna re-visualize this case from start to finish. I have to find conclusive evidence that Geiru committed the murder. What was Master Toneido making in his dressing room? He was making udon! By my logic, he must have been making udon noodles, but something in the crime scene indicates otherwise. What was found in the bowl on the table? There was soba in the bowl. Even though the master wasn't making soba, soba noodles were found at the scene. So that means the noodles had to come from somewhere. Wait a minute. What mysterious soba noodles? That sounds familiar. The soba came from the master's soba stock. The soba noodles found at the scene were from the master's stock of uncooked noodles. And why would the culprit go out of their way to cook the soba and put it in the bowl? To hide the udon dough. Soba was found at the scene, so that means the culprit must have taken udon with her to hide it. But why did the culprit take the udon away? She killed him with the udon dough. A grudge against udon. That's it! The udon dough was the real murder weapon. And the reason why no weapon was found was because he had to get rid of it. Brain train done! The real murder weapon was the udon dough. If we could find this dough, we could prove my theory correct, and undeniably prove Geiru's guilt. Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think it would prove she's the one? Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony. If the injury on Geiru's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then the blood must have dripped down onto the dough used as the murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty words! Now, of all times, that would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? But where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory on where this murder weapon is. Well, I can't find an answer in the evidence I've got on hand. We'll lose this trial. So how'd they get rid of the dough? Think, what do I have that points to the suspicious behavior? Now then, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. Where is the real murder weapon hidden? Nice barking you did there. I assume you have the bite to back it up. Stop distracting me! Especially not right now. This piece of evidence can point us to the location.
Take that!
Geiru. Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about a murder. Stuff that cute act in your balloon hat. Eat this balloon. She got rid of the dough she used to kill Master Toneido in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackwell's nose by feeding it to her dog. No, Of course. Now it all makes sense. I was puzzled like Geiru, who should know her dog's eating habits, would feed to Geiru more than he could possibly finish. Your Honor, order an investigation of the yard right now. And what should the police at the theater be looking for? Jugemu must have buried his leftover dumpling somewhere around the doghouse. Dumplings that Geiru made out of udon dough with her blood in it. This is preposterous. I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up. What are you blathering about? You still have work to do. Now, by your head, finish this wretched case off. You got it! I'm happy too, because this case is dumb. Do you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? Well, now the truth is out, and it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Ow. Tokuka! I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name. But then Shisho. Ah! Ow! Ow! Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I've been a bad girl. Okay. That was different. Oh. Are you ready to tell us everything now? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit... Oh, it was her father the whole time. Okay. And I said it wasn't. Okay. Stage name? You don't mean... Window Toneido. I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling, but I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing, I'd inherit the name someday. Master Toneido ended up giving that name to his junior disciple. Yeah. That's why I took my revenge on Shisho the show celebrating the name succession. So that was your entire motive? I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living. Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show? Because I wanted to pay Window back for taking what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Toneido fans had gathered. But the Nuendo tried to shift the blame on Bucky Wet. And now we know the whole story. There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Toneido was making udon? No, I didn't. When I saw the Sobu making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it. So it was a premeditated crime, but in the end, you only went through with it on impulse. And the allergic reaction on your hand. Is it from touching the soda in the fridge with your bare hands when you were tampering with the crime scene? Yeah. By that time, I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy. Geiru, how could you do all this, you idiot? I get your desire to inherit your father's name. But what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart. Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Sadmati? Any objections? No, Your Honor. Miss Athena Sykes. Yes? It's the first time he's used my name. I shall be sure to remember your name. Really? It seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary. Thanks. That's all I ask, Prosecutor Sadmati. Looks like there's no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Ah, good. It seems you've made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant Bucky Wet not guilty! I'm glad I don't have to do the drunk voice anymore. I'm not good at it. Or at least keeping it straight. Not for that guy, anyway. This court is adjourned! Oh boy. Congratulations, Bucky. I'm glad you were found innocent. Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee. Still sucks you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did Wendo have it out for you or something? I don't think so. Wendo said it in a spur of the moment idea he got when he saw the Soba cards. Simon, where have you been? I stopped into a Wendo's questioning. Only you, Bucky, could get framed for a crime on a whim. No way! I almost got convicted out of convenience. Well, at least you've been completely cleared of charges, so buck up. On a more important note, what I really want to know is, are you gonna go my way? Oh god, I had to fucking do it. I had that song stuck in my head, and it was perfect. Why didn't Master Toneido let Geiru inherit her father's name? What do you mean? On a more important note. Don't be such a wet bleh. Go with the flow, come on. You think the master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business? No, that ain't it. He didn't give her the name to her because he wanted Geiru to find her calling in life. To perform whatever she wanted without being bound by her father's name and Rakugo. Making udon was his way of showing his support for her new endeavor. So that's why he called you to the theater? To teach him how to make udon? A more roundabout way I've never seen. But that's Master Toneido for you. So this entire incident happened because of a misunderstanding? How sad. By the way, Geiru wasn't the only person Master Toneido was trying to cheer on. Even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions. What? Are you talking about me? Come on, no way! All that old man ever did was criticize my soba. That's not true. Must be a way to make Bucky see how much he cared for him. The soba deed. Take a good look, Bucky. Whose name is on it there as the holder? It's still in my name. Master Toneido was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead. Probably used some tough love on you so that shop wouldn't go belly up. I see. I never knew. Master Toneido, I'm sorry. Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back for living up. By living up to his expectations. Thanks, Simey! And you, Miss Chickadee. One day, my soba's gonna be so good it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the 4th generation owner of Wet Soba, Wet Noodle number 4! Better be getting back to my shop, I gotta get ready for that lunch rush. Hey, hold on. Can I place an order for delivery? Yeah? Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Geiru on behalf of her master? You got it! I'll make sure it's got all the TLC Master Toneido would have packed into it. Thank you. Well, see ya. Be sure to drop by sometime. Tell Udon Eldune's Noodles that he sucks. I'll bring the whole agency with me. Do us all proud, Bucky. I'll have the best soba in town waiting for you. Peace out. It's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? Wonder if I've leveled up any thanks to this case. Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had I not been there. You don't know that! For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively. Or you could just teach me your famous mind tricks. No. Shut someone down, why not? Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So it'd be in my best interest for you to remain green forever. Hey, what about my best interest? Besides, weren't you the one who had the wool pulled over your eyes? Must you remind me? How could I have known Uendo would do time soba? Speaking of time soba, I just thought of something funny. Oh goody, I can't wait. Okay, here it is. In time soba, why didn't Mon number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know? How should I know? Oh, Athena, you idiot. I'll be here all week. Rothful! 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 That I should have known. Come on, let's get some soba, something, and go home. Your treat? I'll treat you to for 50% of the tab. And don't forget you still owe me for the manju. Really? Wouldn't it hurt you to pay for me once in a while, you know? Quit squawking and start walking. Hey, wait for me! I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer, but just like Mr. Wright, Apollo, and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited their passion from the courts and the law. French word I don't know. I could do this! Okay, well, that was something, I guess. So, we'll get to a much, much better case. 6-5 in the next episode. 6-5 is the main finale of the game. There's still going to be a bonus thing after it. But let's just say it is the longest case in Phoenix Wright history. It's going to be about 12 hours in length, I think, give or take. And it has stuff in America and Kurai. And it's about the Defiant Dragon. So there's going to be a lot of shit going on in Turnabout Revolution, but I will deal with that next time. Thanks.